No, not clerks. Sorry, waiting.
Yeah, waiting. Well, he's like, do you see Brian over there with 80 pieces of flair?
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah.
He's like, but 14 is good, right? He's like, that's the bare minimum. I had the bare minimum.
Yeah.
I had less than the bare minimum. Everyone else had all the flair.
Yeah.
And so they at first were like, I don't know. Our school is really about the next big artist, the next big thing. They started going down this whole rabbit hole of why I wouldn't be there, because most of my stuff is just drawing what I see, no concept.
I might have made. You know what? I might have made a mistake. It might be that
Office
movie
Space.
Office Space.
It is Office Space.
I think it is
Before you
Office
said
Space,
it.
because I was like, wait a second,
It is.
she wasn't in Waiting. Office Space for sure. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Yeah. Sorry, my brain's like jumbles stuff up, but yeah.
And so I'm sitting there trying to think, like, how do I get out of this? How do I get them to get me in there? And I said, you know what? I understand. I was limited by a teacher who was teaching me the first skill set. I just discovered art.
Yeah.
But here's what I'm going to make at your school. I'm going to show you what it's like to be blown up without being blown up. I'm going to create art that does that. I'm going to show you what the loss of innocence of war looks like. Like, I think I could do that through art. So she brought someone else in to like hear my same pitch. And he was like, you know what, let's give him a chance. And I think it's partially because I was a veteran too. There's only like 3 veterans in the entire school.
Wow.
But they let me in. I ended up going to one of the best art schools in the country and really discovering what art and education could do, because I went on this whole path of finding myself through art. And so on the same parallel, I was still trying to tell Luke's story, like through I used to do creative writing. My buddy Brett he was in a band, come to Nashville, write songs. He taught me my first chords on guitar, because I thought, what if I had a song I can give to you and walk away? So now I don't cry. Luke lived. Super win-win for both of us, right? So I went down this path of doing parodies, like rewriting songs as parodies and teaching myself songwriting. And Brett would be coming to Nashville. So I was like, oh, I need to make a trip to Nashville.
And who was Brett again?
Brett Gillen. He's now my program director, but he was the lead singer of a band, one of my first friends at this bar I worked at when I came home from war. And he's the one that taught me songwriting was a job, pretty much, because he was doing it for his band full time.
Okay.
And so he gave me this insight to songwriting. Secretly, he didn't know I was trying to translate my story. He didn't know how much I was hurting on the inside. And so I just kept asking him, oh, songwriting, what's that like? Like, oh, you do it with other people? You do this? So now I'm in Chicago going to school, and there's a writer's round at this bar in Chicago that I worked at called Joe's Bar. And it was like 4 huge, massive hit writers. And I went up to the first one after the session, after it was over, and I was like, hey, have you ever written with a veteran or for a veteran? The first one's like, no. I went to the next person. They said no. I went to the third person. His name's Mark Irwin. He wrote Alan Jackson's like first #1 hit and a bunch since then for Taylor Swift, Tim McGraw, all these people. And I was like,
he wrote songs for them?
Yeah. So #1 song is like Highway Don't Care for Tim McGraw, Taylor Swift.
Wow.
He wrote, I think, Redneck Crazy